What's up, my YouTube friends? You got Skunk, California, I don't know, it's like 80 something degrees, I guess. Not that anybody cares. But anyway, what I'm going to talk about today is I've been chasing a gremlin in my bike for quite a while now. I know I've talked about the hard starts before, but now I'm throwing in occasional stalling, and a couple times after stalling, trying to start it, it acted like it wasn't getting any fuel, so I've been chasing this for a while. So let's go over the things that I've done just in the past year. I had to get a new battery. My battery tender was no longer working, so I had to get a new battery tender. I had to get a new starter relay. And then shortly after that is when all the other shit started happening. So now, just in the past few months, I have changed my crank position sensor. I'm actually going right now to pick up the rest of what I need to change out my fuel filter and my fuel pressure regulator. Then yesterday I decided, hey, you know what, you stupid ass, why don't you try getting a full system relay also, because that could also be causing some problems. So my local Harley store is where I've been looking for most of this shit, because a lot of the aftermarket stuff is sold out for some reason. So to get my fuel regulator, my pressure regulator for the fuel, and the intake strainer sock, I had to order them. They don't have them at my Harley dealership. Alright, cool. Well, my Harley dealership also charges you an extra $5 for what they call special order. Not a big deal with the intake sock and the pressure regulator. You know, I'm thinking, okay, it's understandable they don't have that in stock. So I go in yesterday to my local Harley dealership to get a system relay. First of all, it takes a dude forever to figure out what a system relay is, which is kind of weird for a parts guy. But then they also don't have that in stock, which I find a little bit crazy, because that same relay goes on every Harley from 2001, I believe, to 2011 or something like that. So a lot of bikes. And they want to charge me an extra $5 to get it in. Well, then I look at the computer and the part price is $31.99, I believe, plus the $5, then plus tax. We're talking about over 40 bucks for a relay. So he asked me, oh, do you want me to order it? And I told him, no, I'll see if I can find one elsewhere. But while I'm here, can you check on the parts that I ordered for my fuel intake? So homeboy checks on those parts and says, oh yeah, they're here. But no manager's here to check them in and show them received, so you can't have them. I'm like, what, bro? Yeah, well, you can't have them until somebody checks them in as received. I'm like, okay. Well, this sucks, because Harley dealership is across the other side of the city now, where it used to be 5 minutes away from my house. I get home, I'm doing other shit, and about 5:15, 45 minutes before the store closes, they call me to tell me, okay, your parts are ready, you can come pick them up now. So I tell the dude, straight up said, dude, are you shitting me? I was just there a couple hours ago. Dude, I just don't even know what to do. This on top of the issue that I had with the Drag Specialties battery that I bought from them, when they gave me a bad battery that would not hold a charge, and then told me that they were going to have to warranty it. It was going to take probably a month to get a battery for my bike. Well, dude, this is unacceptable. I had the battery. I bought the battery on a Saturday. They're closed Sunday, Monday. I brought it back Tuesday morning, and they weren't going to exchange it for me. After some bitching and complaining, they decided they were going to go ahead and exchange it. Then I come to find out that every Drag Specialties battery they have on the shelf is dead. So I just gave in and I got another Harley battery. Well, I decided yesterday also that I was going to go look around at some other shops looking for that relay that I needed. So I went to a custom shop and asked the guy about it, and he said he could get me one, but he'd have to order it and to check a couple other places and then come back to him if I couldn't find it. Then he also told me that our local dealership has a habit of saying things are out of stock when they have a ton of them, just so they can charge you the extra $5 and have you come back the next day to get it. Don't know if this is true or not, but you know what, I've had some bad experiences lately, and I think I'm done with this Harley store. I'm not going to give them my business anymore. There's another Harley store about probably 40 minutes away, maybe a half an hour, but it takes me about that long to get across town anyway. So I think I'm going to be taking my business to the other store, where every time I've walked in looking for a part, they've always had it in stock. So that's my bitch and complain session for the day, and hopefully one of the things that I've done is going to chase this gremlin out. In closing, I want to give a big shout out. I'll put his name up in the corner here because we're in the middle, wherever. It'll be somewhere on the screen because I don't remember what his name is, but he was one of my favorite comments when I did a ride talking about my fashion bars. He said he was glad to be around to watch my one video for the year. And honestly, I couldn't be mad about that because he's not far off. I just don't have much time to film anymore. And I'd like to do more, but yeah, I'm kind of not all that creative, and it's hard for me to come up with things to talk about sometimes. So anyway, we'll leave it with that, and I will talk to y'all later. Riverside down, shiny side up, and peace.